So, hello guys, it is Asia Nicole, and here we are with week 2 of Surviving the Family System. If you got a chance to watch week 1, I pray that it blessed you in the best way possible. And this week, we are getting into healthy and unhealthy family systems, which is we're going to be learning the difference between accountability, image protection, repair, and repeated dysfunction in a family system. And the reason why this difference matters is because many people expect healthy responses from unhealthy people. And while that family can look close while still avoiding truth. And the last one is recognizing the difference help you stop personalizing every reaction. Because a lot of times we will take things personally when truthfully you don't have to take it personal at all, because whoever that family system is, they will continue to be like that. And a lot of times that's something that you don't have to take personal at all. So the definition of a healthy family is a healthy family has enough emotional safety to tell the truth. They accept responsibility, repair after harm, and respect boundaries without treating them as betrayal. So with a healthy family, all of these things exist. You won't be questioning yourself. You won't feel like you're losing your mind. You won't feel like, it's just a lot happening at one time. You're going to feel very calm, peaceful, and just overall at peace. An unhealthy family protects the appearance of peace while avoiding the truth that will make real peace possible. And that could be as simple as making you feel like something that you're doing is wrong, or just overall just having you feel like your reality is completely different from theirs. So here we are, we're going to get into a healthy versus unhealthy patterns. With a healthy system, you have they value truth, accepts accountability, repairs after conflict, respects boundaries, and protects people. An unhealthy family system protects image, avoids accountability, repeats harm, treats boundary as disrespect, and protects dysfunction. Now, with the unhealthy family system, that system is where a lot of people can tend to become trapped, or they can feel like they don't have a way out. But if you were already raised in a healthy system, then to you, on the outside looking in of that unhealthy system, it's going to make you look at them like, what is happening? Why are we doing this? And for a long time, I realized that for me, I was going off of the healthy system. I did not realize that. And once I realized what type of system I was in, that's when it made me lean harder into truth and accountability and just trying to hold people accountable for everything, honestly. And when you're inside of an unhealthy family, it's very hard to do that, because the image is the main thing that they want to protect. And when you look at it, it makes you look at it like, this is crazy. This does not make sense. To dive into how unhealthy systems keep people confused. The first one is they change the story when accountability gets close. This one, I have dealt with this one very, very personally. Whenever you're trying to hold people accountable, especially if you're talking to them in person and not through text messages, they're able to switch whatever it was they said. They're able to say, oh, well, he said this or she said that. And that ties into, they minimize harm by focusing on intentions instead of impact. And with this one, in an unhealthy family system, you're just basically supposed to gloss over whatever it was that happened. You're not supposed to talk about it. You're not supposed to make any noise about it. You're not supposed to cry about it. Well, actually, sometimes they do want to see you cry. And it's just the truth of it, which ties into they expect the person who was hurt to keep the peace. And the person who was hurt, that person can be looked at as oh, well, she did this and she did that. Well, what did you say about her? And it's like, why are we doing all of this talking if there is no fixing? If you're not about to sit down and fix it, which goes into the next point, which is they frame clarity as conflict. That one is a whole another video that we want to get into. The last point is they make the truth teller feel like the problem. And a lot of times, you know, when you're dealing with people and you start to realize how much of a capacity people have for the truth, you start to realize how much of your emotions they can actually hold. Sometimes it's none, sometimes it's all of it, sometimes it's only about 25%, sometimes it's maybe 5%. But with this last one, it makes you realize that once you are fully out of that system, you are able to truly see that, wow, I really wasn't the problem. The honest reflection is survival often begins when you stop expecting healthy behavior from a family that has been trained to protect dysfunction. That's one thing that I had to learn the hard way, which was when you're trying to protect someone or protect a family, it doesn't do anything but come back and bite you. And a lot of times, if you're a giver or you're empathetic or you have a huge heart, a lot of times that can be looked at as weak or them taking advantage of your kindness. People who don't care about you, they will literally use that kindness as much as they can. And so then it's up to you to figure out, okay, do I want to continue letting them use me, continue being who I know that I'm supposed to be? Because truthfully, it's very hard. It's very hard becoming the person who you're supposed to be, because in hindsight, you feel like you're walking away from a lot. You're walking away from a lot. And on the other side of that is peace, grace, God's protection. There is a lot of good on the other side of that, I promise you. So this is how you start responding differently in that family. Number one, you name the pattern, which is you separate repeated behavior from isolated mistakes. Number two, you stop over-explaining. Clarity does not require endless defense. And this right here was like the number one thing that was very hard for me, because I felt like, well, you know, maybe if I explain it one more time, maybe if I help them understand. But truthfully, they don't want to understand. They never did. And so once I learned how to stop over explaining, it changed everything for me. Because for me, the first one I did was stop over explaining, and then it came into name the pattern. And then I went from stopping over explaining, I really watched the pattern, and then I watched the response. Because when you watch the response, reactions to boundaries reveal whatever that person was going to do anyway. Once you see how a person responds to your boundaries, it's going to say a lot about them. It really is. Because it's not only is it going to show who they really are, it's going to show what their actual capacity was for you. It's going to show whether they only wanted you around for access, basically meaning how beneficial you were to them, which ties into the last point, which is choose structure. Clear rules reduce emotional confusion. And that is one thing that God has definitely been very faithful in. With everything around me has structure now. So when you're dealing with these people, you have to go through all 4 steps, and it's not going to be easy. I'm going to say this in every single video. It's not going to be easy. I will be saying this in every single video. It's not going to be easy, but I know that you can do it. Week 2 takeaway is a healthy system can face truth. An unhealthy system protects the image of peace while avoiding the work of peace. And the 3 points that I put down is accountability is not an attack, boundaries are not betrayal, and clarity helps you respond without losing yourself. And so next week, in week 3, we're going to get into the protected man in the family system. And you don't want to miss this, because I know a lot of women, we have all dealt with men who are deeply protected, deeply. And so I pray that this video touches whoever it needs to touch, and you guys are blessed. And I'm so excited to see you guys in week 3.